Introduction to class methods in Java. Hello everyone. We're going to look at class methods in Java. They are also known as static methods, and these are methods that belong to the class itself rather than any particular instance of the class. Let's first, understanding static methods, let's first start by defining static methods. So in Java, static methods are declared with the keyword static. Uh, with this keyword static, this tells the Java compiler that the method belongs to the class and not to any specific instance. So for example, if you have a calculator class, we have this add method that can be called simply using the class name. So you can see that in main, there is calculator.add. So we didn't have to create a new instance of calculator. So this can be useful for methods that provide general utility functions across an application. Characteristics of static methods. So static methods have a unique characteristics. I'll say the most important one is that they can only access other static members of the class, which means that they cannot access instance variables or instance methods directly because they do not belong to any one instance. So static methods are typically used for operations that are generic for all instances of a class. One typical example would be for mathematical operations or utility functions. So if you look at this example, we can see that this utility class has all static methods: increment count, get count, and static int count. So it shows that static methods can only access the other static member count. Comparison with instance methods. Let's try to compare static methods with instance methods. So instance methods operate on instances of the class, which means accessing and modifying data that is specific to each instance. On the other hand, static methods do not have access to instance data, so they are used when the behavior of the method is not dependent on specific instance-specific data. So here you can see counter class where increment is an instance method, and also get count is a same as well, while print methods is a static method. Best practices for using static methods. So you might be wondering when would be appropriate for you to use static methods. They are best used when the method in question does not rely on instance data and should be accessible without creating an instance of the class. However, this also means that they are limited because they cannot interact directly with instance-specific data. So it is important to choose the right type of method based on what the method needs to do. Here, let's look at some practical examples of static methods. So let's look at this math_utils class, which has this double power, like the power static method that returns double, and it receives base and exponent. So this static method also uses Java math class, and it uses POW, which is also a static method of Java math class, math library. So you can see that static method like math.pow, they're applicable universally without needing to declare a new instance of math. Here is another example. This example is factory methods in design pattern, and they are often implemented as static. So we can see that we have this public class called vehicle factory, and we have this create vehicle static method that returns a vehicle. So based on what the parameter value type is, it will return an appropriate vehicle. So we can see that car and bike both extends from vehicle class. So once you use vehicle factory to create vehicle, it will, based on the name of value of type, it will return either car or bike. Conclusion. So to conclude, static methods are a powerful feature of Java. It allows you to write methods that can be called without needing an instance of a class. So they simplify code management and enhance functionality by making it accessible globally. So don't forget to use static methods. And also, when you use it, consider their limitations and benefits. Thank you, everyone.